what to expect. Maybe that will help him out a little bit. But we're about to get into the action here as we kick things off with map 1 between TSM and Dignitas here on Haven.
All right, so looking around what we're going to be starting on here. Sage obviously run by that side of Dignitas, and again, no Sage. Oh, TSM, sorry, it does have Sage as I read that. Oh, wait.
It's backwards. I
think
it's
okay. Yeah. Got me, got you.
Yeah.
Second time's a charm. So TSM definitely not running that Sage, and again, aggression. The double flash composition for them, DDK, really allows them to mess with sites while Omen, again, creates pressure with default smoke somewhere else.
We can definitely see the anticipation on the A play here. Well, as you know, mentioned that Sage Wall is really awesome and just affording some additional delay because it takes a while to get it down on the pistol rounds. And we can see, though, that right now both teams are feeling one another out. No one wants to really necessarily commit to anything right at the beginning of the rounds. And we have Dig now starting to rotate over a little bit towards the C side of the map. And I like this here. We're seeing just TSM waiting out the wall.
Great pressure created towards long. The 2-4 short here on the side of Dignitas hanging out, just waiting for sound towards long, making a rotation out of them now as it's going to be that B hit. A few traded back and forth as now we see Poise in a tough spot getting tagged out, and that's going to be the molly from Sabrosa. B's open.
Absolutely, the Sheriff really doing so much great work. The paranoia will maybe save things just for a moment here. It's going to be very difficult to get back in, though. The health is low. Shanks, though, finds one with the shorty. Oh, ooh, beautiful. Just juking there. That is lovely. The levitation just making things a little bit more tricky, and that was a close one, but somehow Dig managed to actually win that round. It looked like TSM were pretty good on the entry.
The TSM going in strong. They ran the death ball into the site. Very patiently played there by Dig to hold off. Great job here by Poise to keep himself alive for a bit. Call towards more utility for his spot, and it gives the rest of the team time to peek in.
So now into the anti-eco shenanigans, and Sabrosa on that Sheriff. I have to say, I really loved seeing that Sheriff in round 1. I think that having a Sheriff is actually, there's just so much utility to it. But that's perhaps a point for another time. We will see a surge of players here from TSM slowly making their way through a lobby, looking for the info, though, and it will be found by Def. And there's a trip there up on short as well. So right now it's looking pretty good here for Dig.
Nice spam down from Poise there. Over onto the side of C. And it looks like it is going to be the A take. They try to run in, but don't have too much intel on this. Doing a bit of a fake as well as they start to slowly head back. Wardell's quite low. I love frenzies on early rounds. You're really looking to get one kill and kind of just be a menace to someone. And here, Drone's doing just that. Oh, he's great in a 1v1. He's trying to find one.
Yeah, they reset there and just suggested that they may be rotating back, so we actually do see the Cypher rotation come through from Def, which makes the site a little bit easier to take, but still they are certainly outgunned, and they are looking for at least just some additional economic pressure. Get a kill would be really nice. A bomb plant obviously would be equally as nice, but you can see they're walking around even more, and the longer that they wait, also the more likely that additional utility, which is minor economic damage, will be spent by the defenders as well, as also them giving themselves more opportunities to maybe get that extra kill that they're after.
You know, thinking back of TSM's first strat as well, they did that back in phase. They tried to plant mid, then they went all towards Akon side, and everybody rotated around in the game, and they were swapped. Here, losing a few. Poised again with another kill, his second of the round as he gets dropped by Wardell. No gun pickup, though, which makes it difficult here as they're still hoping to hit the shots. Wardell very low. Shanks finds a shot as he's opening up great in his first game. Drone with one, but Shanks finds another one on the retake. Dig's feeling good there as TSM was on the eco.
I was kind of hoping that Drone would have the Sheriff there for a second, because I'm like, hang on, Drone is kind of ridiculous, especially on the pistols. I've seen him take down 3 riflers with a Ghost and 50 HP. Like, he is insane. But that's some great value. 2 kills at the end of the round. They get the bomb down as well. So the spike is always going to be nice to get that plant to get some additional monies.
Bonus cash flow as well with the Ghost saves and whatnot for Dig. But TSM ready with the off, DDK.
Here it is, and this is what we wanted to see. Shanks starting the round off towards C, but the question is now, you know, from our perspective, we need to sort of see, okay, how does TSM want to approach this initially? But to hold that thought, Dig are expecting and anticipating pressure around the A position, and we talked about that before. The cage will likely to be something that we'll see, and Actually, we won't see a cage at the beginning of this round. In fact, it's going to be a deep Omen smoke, and so they're just going to challenge it straight up. So Dig were correct that this was going to be pressured, and they're going to have to try to respond. Wardell will cover for Superman, trying to get some value back towards Dig's side of things, but they're now down in the 3 versus 5. This is rather desperate.
Fighting aggression with aggression, and look at Shanks pushed up all the way, delivering more info to the team. No one's pushing C. Haven't heard much yet, but right on the other side is Hayes. Hayes is so patient. You will learn this about this player, but there Shanks comes up big, and Hayes will be able to return fire. Now, is it the C rush? We see the rotation here through spawn, and Dig is trying to make their way over.
Yeah, TSM are doing so many things well right now, and they should be so favored here, but we will see Def sneaking his way through, but it is just a Spectre. We'll have to see what he can do with it. Finds one onto Wardell. There's 2 additional players close. He's finding the 1v1s, and Def actually manages to drop the spike. Suddenly, out of nowhere, there's an opportunity. This shouldn't have happened, but Sam will take down Hayes. It's all on drone now. He's got the Phantom in hand. He's got 30 seconds to try to work this, but Sam will have him with that Bulldog, and that is insane. Riv, this shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't, but that early kill, knowing they were a C because Shanks was pushed, allows Dig that rotation. Yeah, he goes down, but dang, everybody's moving on Dig's side after that, and the shots coming in from Def, huge there, as they're able to pick up this round, and Sam a few for himself.
What's crazy is how well TSM played their advantage. They managed to get that early 5 versus 3, and then they drone through the way. They really make it seem like they're going to recommit back into A. And so they have all the advantages, but Dig still hold on there. So a 3-0 start here for the underdogs, and the updraft there to try to get a pick with that ultimate. Wardell already scary prospect in a round such as this. They've only got pistols, but with that ult out, it could get rather tricky.
You know, I do commonly hear people say that he gets the most value out of his knives. We'll see if he continues to keep that true here on this first round. 3 for Dig as we start off here into our 4th round. We do see Phantom up top. Def makes that quick and easy as Wardell's going to try to make a play in the site.
And this is looking pretty good, actually, here on the defense for Dig's retake. They still have the camera up in the side. I don't think it's been spotted, although it did get attacked just previously. Wardell is looking for an opportunity with those knives. He's got to... Oh, there it is. We talked about this. Just pinging all of the players here. All the info there as they make their way forwards. There's Poise and Shanks making their way forwards for that retake, and it is just absolutely seamless. It is just Hayes left with the Sheriff to try to find value, and Shanks will shut him down. And this is a perfect start for Dig right now on the defensive side. The harder side, I think, by all measures, of Haven.
Nicely covered there, knowing they did have a bit of aggression going in with TSM rolling on an eco, but no fear. You can't give them that position. They take the site, you know they take it, and you're ready to retake. It's not a hesitated retake. You're going straight for called spots, and we saw everybody going right for their own 1v1. Beautifully done. Did come up with another round. Back to guns. Shanks still on that up. A great game for Def so far as they've been cleaning up these rounds to make sure they are wins for Dig, and we'll see if TSM can answer back here in round 5.
Yeah, a lot to answer for at this point. I'm sure TSM are certainly feeling the pressure now as things start to get a little bit desperate, but there's a push from Poise there with that Ice Orb. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to find anything here. It's looking rather dangerous, I have to say.
This is ballsy.
It is. Oh, there's a jiggle peek, and the bait and switch there. Wardell will take down Poise. And once again, Dig finding themselves in the early 3 versus 5. Will they be able to turn this one around? Shanks here from Garage might be able to do some damage. Great paranoia being sent through will prevent him from finding any picks. And the cage, this is what we're talking about. He doesn't get a chance to take a shot.
Even if a little disjointed on the entry, they all have their way to get in with utility. And we see 3 members of TSM now sitting pretty in the site, 2 at long. So they know the rotations from spawn already. TSM can start to set up that defense, watching garage and watching spawn. Already rotating as well around. We'll see if they can get some kills in garage.
That's such a tough one. We can see Sabroso lurking here, trying to find a way to punish it. Wardell as well, looking for it. He's going to find it, nailing Superman with that operator, and just trying to make sure that they can hunt down all the remaining weapons. Dig built up a fairly sizable amount of cash due to those early 4 rounds and how successful they were. And TSM want to get right to that and just eat away that money. And Sabroso might actually be able to find Def here. I'll have to see. Here goes the peek, and he will indeed find Def, leaving just Shanks. But looks like the most valuable gun will survive, and that's always going to be the That's going to be a win there.
So we look at Poise there, we say, man, that was a dangerous play. But if Poise makes that, he gets info, and he has ult. Well, he gets ult already because he got shot in the face. That's fine. But now, yeah, they will have ult. So we kind of see what they were trying to do there. Like you said as well, they had money. Not too bad if Poise goes down, he buys again. But yeah, that actually was the open for TSM on that first kill to be able to take C and rush it. We know Wardell gets a kill. He's going to be dashing directly into your face in sight 100%. And they were in and ready to go. We'll see if this is the trick they need to get the kill. And Wardell gets Shanks on their first op 1v1.
That's a rough one, and they are making their way up C-Long here, looking for any kind of a re-peek there, because again, that's early pick. They could reset into a default after this, but instead they're just going to run with it. And there comes the peek. The cage actually protecting Poise, going for that. That's very ballsy. Surely this is not going to work out. Indeed, Shanks will go down. The res has been foiled. And it doesn't look like there's going to be too much here on the way back in on the retake. We'll have to see, though. 2 versus 4. Superman trying to go in straight away with the ult, the Hunter's Fury. But unfortunately, it's looking like things will be rather difficult here for Sam. Able to take down one, but there's 3 left here to deal with on this retake.
I think the beginning of that and Poise trying to res there shows you how fast TSM is moving throughout these rounds. Poise thought he had 2-3 seconds to do that. TSM drone in his face immediately to take that down and continuing the aggression. Wardell, doesn't matter where you are, Shanks, he will find you.
The jiggle bait is awesome. That's the second time we've seen that.
Yep.
And I also wonder, like, usually TSM is a team that plays pretty heavy around the A lobby area for their defaults. So I think like this play around C-Long is, I think, caught Dig off guard. And so this is a great calling coming in from Hazed on this. Well, actually, Sabrosa is the IGL for TSM, so used to thinking that it's Hazed. And here it is. Here's a more typical pressure. And again, Wardell gets the better of Shanks. And that's not a good start for Dig.
Finds him, and we see that not even wanting to play the corner. Def picks up the op, and he is able to get a shot. They were trying to play the trade at long, and they still get it in the extended play. Def coming up big there with an impact frag to shut down Wardell, and now TSM is left without that big pick first. They still have quite a bit of entry in those flashes with that Phoenix and Omen. We see them running all the time.
There's actually a tell on the map here, I think, for Dig, but we have to go into that in a moment. Drone finding value out of that Hunter's Fury. Boys trying to lock down Garish. Oh, able to get one as the flash comes through. That is something at the very least, but it will be a 2 versus 3 here for Dig. If Sam can make it a bit better, he will. That's going to drop the spike. All the information is there with Dig, but Hazed is lurking. It seems as though his position may be suspected, though. Superman lies in wait.
The way this round worked out, the utility became very split here for the side of TSM. We saw Phoenix, Sabrosa trying to go in without really having any flashes left. Sova, drone went towards spawn, has his darts and may be able to make something work here. Shock dart goes out. Not too much damage onto Sova just yet, but he does take down Som, who was guarding the site. And now it's the 1v1.
This is going to be pretty difficult. Superman has some time to move forwards. Trying to use that. Oh, that arrow has gone a bit too deep. The timing is actually perfect here for Superman to actually creep in, but here comes the flank. This is a very common way to play this post plant, and we'll have to see if that experience will pay off for Superman. Does he have the read that this is going on? He can try to just get this to halfway and then go for a peek, but he's going for the full hole. He's calling it out here, and that bluff has been absolutely denied. Beautiful there. Drim will get the kill, but
pros don't fake. DDK. We know this. Oh, wow. Superman feeling good after that one. And a 5-2. We'll see this first opening shot. Wardell finds it in a great trade from Def there.
So one thing I wanted to point out here, after that initial kind of win for TSM, there is potentially a tell in mid out around grass, because we saw that Cutler had his camera outside of garage, which spots for any push down mid, which could be a response to all that pressure towards A from the defenders. So in hearing the cam go in and out of the cam, Poised, who would have heard that, could actually understand that they see that it's clear, and that's going to cue the rotation.
Great eye on that. There's always a reason people start executing, unless it's 20 seconds left. 5-2 here as we enter round 8. Dignitas looking good in this first of the match. It looks like they're going to try to be TSM getting their way through garage. We talked about how important it is to hold garage. It basically makes you peek, but Som has had the opening shot. He finds one, but Hayes trades back at the retribution kill. It just seems like Dig is on point with these trades, and they're holding C once again.
Yeah, this is a difficult spot here. 2 versus 4 now. TSM need to try to reset the situation, and they know that there's been a bunch of rotations. There could be some holes that they could exploit, but Def is covering that B position, leaving his cam and his traps to just deal with that A side, so they don't have to have anybody there for now. And Def is really everything in this position. If he can find at least just 1 kill, then it should be done and dusted, but that is what he has to do. You don't want to give Wardell and Cutler an opportunity to get in. And there is a teleport there from Superman, so he's going to be able to cover the A position. There is Def. Oh, he goes down for free, and that's huge. Now there's a chance.
Cutler with a great audio shot there to trade through the gate. Now with 3v2 as they're covering, Poise never missing these rounds, and he takes down Wardell before the off can even fire. He gets traded back, and Shanks is there to make sure it happens. Dignitas, even with a new member, right over the shoulder of each other, ready to return and take another round on TSM.
Yeah, they played that so incredibly well. The way that they understood the timings there, of understanding, okay, we saw where all the remaining opponents were. We understand how much time it takes for them to rotate to the other side, and so we pull over the side for A's not under threat. Then there's a certain point when they could be there. We get the Omen a TP to really just make it safe. Dig's reading the rotations really, really well in that scenario. Still TSM had a shot, but moving into this next one, looks like we're back to the A lobby pressure.
There's a lot of money and 2 ops coming in here. We'll see if this pays off for the side of Dig. Hazed looking up now as they start to work the drone. Nobody behind this drone just yet, so not a full committal. They're trying to suss out where the switches may have come in. Who is at a site? Can the drone grab a Cypher trap? Also very good for doing that. They find nothing, but Def finds the kill without any info previously. Wardell rather. Old CS 1.6 brain. Wardell now trying to make his way in, but does not want to play tricks with that smoke just yet. Beautiful utility used again by drone, and this looks like it might be the execute. Def finds another one.
Oh, so exposed right now. Great operatic usage coming out of Shanks, and also Def just owning everything. And they had all of the information right from the beginning of the round. We'll go into that in a moment here as Hayes tries to make something happen in a 1 versus 5. Can he at least get an operator out of the hands of one of these players? He'll take down Shanks, but now they know exactly where Hayes is, and Def will get it with the jump peek. And again, Dig, they open up the... One thing I want to point out quickly is Poise, he walled in the Omen smoke on C long, and that combined with the early mid info that Dig went, because they had a small mid push, that gave them all of the safety to just basically know that there's a timing towards A, and they can cheat all their players over to A for no cost. So, and we can see Def was just standing there just waiting. He was just waiting for it.
Definitely seems like they're... able to play a bit off of TSM's aggression, figure out where they do and don't need to go. The TSM hasn't been faking too well on this one. It seems like they're working a bit more pressure with that death ball. 4 together, and we do see Hazed on a bit of that rotation. A smoke towards C once again. That'll preoccupy 2 members of Dignitas. Now this may be the chance for TSM to make a fast move and go back to the instant aggression. Drone comes in, this time with Sabrosa.
And looking for that retake here, Def able to pick off 1. This is actually already a great job here. If he can just thin the numbers ever so slightly, it's going to really help his team out as they come in for the retake. They know that they should be pretty good for this. In terms of ultimates, though, we only have Dig with the Cypher ult and the Jet ult, so it's going to be interesting to see how they're able to find their way back in. Shanks tries to jump over the trip, actually gets caught by it and punished. And there goes the drone for info. 2 spotted towards the hell position. That's a big info. That's half of the remaining players as they push forwards on this retake. Using the cages there to cut off the vision. The walls come through as well. And this is such a beautiful, coordinated, and systematic retake. Dig are looking like they have experience beyond their days.
It's wild. They're finding TSM in positions or waiting for TSM to peek out. Each of those situations is going in the favor of Dignitas. They're playing these so methodically. Obviously the defuse is coming in here, and they won't be able to do much from the top side. Cutler doing what he can. It looks to save this. That corner is actually right over the electrical box. If you're outside, you shoot over the electrical box, Cutler's down. So good to know there. But 8-2 here. All right, Lex, you might be onto something, buddy.
Yeah. Now, this is awesome to see, and it was really cool as well that Dig are very confident in their retake there, and they actually gamble stacked towards C. There was some, that is the one thing that could go wrong, but again, this game, if you do know how to retake, can be totally fine to do that. and it worked out really nicely. They really knew what they were doing. And more grass presence coming out here. We've got Wardell making his way forwards with the knives, immediately making a lot of noise towards Garage. There's not really a buy here for TSM on this attack right now. So the knives really will have to be the focal point for us. And what else made his way to C window?
That is dangerous. Here comes Cutler, or I'm sorry, or on the other side is Def. And he'll be coming through spawn. We see Wardell in B still trying to opt this one down, but so much patience here on the side of TSM, looking for information that Dig just will not give them. So much patience here on both sides, and I can't see an opening shot coming anywhere anytime soon here. Nobody's ready to commit. It's kind of like they're waiting for an error.
They were baiting to get Wardell a kill. They were trying to get a rotation to the A site, and that would allow Wardell to get that kill, but Def is already, he's ready for it. They don't seem convinced by all that pressure to A. We had, you know, the molly coming in from Phoenix. They were throwing Sova stuff in towards A as well, and smokes, but Dig didn't budge a muscle.
Nope.
And it's partially because they have that cam as well to work off of on the A-long position. So right now, Dig, they just know everything.
I love the cheat as well from Def. Playing in spawn, you can easily hang over now to the C side, head over to the C side, and this could be another one of those retakes. Som's already there, not even really letting him in the sight. Shots from Def. Rather, Superman in the back as Def picks up that kill with the operator. Shutting down TSM over and over. Now down a bit in money. They're going to push themselves into a buy here. They are getting 2,900 a round since they are on that 3-round loss. And Def just everywhere here as he heads back out to site to get himself a second one.
I thought this round was going to be so interesting because I felt like that A pressure was so convincing, and it was designed to get Wardell a kill because they would be rotating back thinking it's safe. But Def, he's owning right now. He's 14 for 4. He's on the operator. D was not even our focus for that. Got to see if the change of approach here from TSM more. There'll be pressure, works out for them. Typical cage, the smokes go up, and they make their way forwards. But look at the confidence coming in here from Dig. It's really working out for them.
A few shots from Som. This is that shock as he rips the dart out of his chest here, now resetting on a few of the sites. Look at this rotation over here from Hayes. He is just having a field day looking for the back of someone, and he may actually find it. If he can see poised around the corner, boom, on the flank, Hayes finds a big one, and we'll see TSM start to re-rotate.
Yeah, such a great luck this round from Hayes, just giving an additional option to TSM to go back to C, and that's an option that looks very good, considering he also had spawn control at the time. And so it's a no-brainer for TSM. Great rotation, Dig. Looks like they may be losing out on this one. A 1 versus 4, not a great prospect for Som, but they do have plenty of money and great anticipation onto Wardell. Still alive, still kicking, still doing damage, and there's 5 seconds on this recon dart. Som is absolutely going for this one, straight through the dart cover to try to make this retake a reality, but this is going to take something pretty ridiculous for Som to make this one work. And they're not giving him anything here. There's the double swing, no chance for you, Som. It was a good effort though.
I really like to see Hayes on the Omen. He plays those smoke controllers. He's got Brim in his repertoire as well. And I feel like the Omen just unlocks him a little bit more. He gets to go aggressive. He gets to smoke from across the map to still help the team and make those types of plays. 5 and 10, that was a huge impact, even at the bottom of the list. It doesn't matter, man. You can still be making that factor.
Yeah, and that's something as well, when your defaults are really effective, you can really create so much fear in the opponents that it does create these holes. As your opponents are like, we really need that extra player to cheat over, and as you said, Hayes understands those spots really well. He's someone that he's been trying to make Viper a thing, and Viper is all about the mind games, and so Hayes, this is a style of play that he really resonates with, so I think you're completely right.
I want to see Reyna, man. I want to see some Reyna. All right, let's start this one off. Quick darts to displace the side of Dignitas just over A. Always a great thing to do if you can displace your opponent just once. Get them off that initial angle. It's not winning you the round, but it's giving you a better option to move up. Take a bit more room, and that's all you want. A little bit more room each time. Take what they'll give you, and your abilities become that much better used from closer range. Def gets real close inside B on drone. It's going to be 3 coming out of garage here for the side of Dig, and we'll see what, or side of, Dig. TSM rather. We'll see what they can do. I get mixed up in my casting, swapping back and forth. DDK, take it.
Yeah, I totally feel you. It's confusing sometimes. This happens to the best of us. I think this was a really interesting round because we saw that on the defense here for TSM, there was this very passive approach. They were playing retake B, they were giving up garage, and I mean, we'll have to see if there's anything left in the tank here. It looks like Cutler's trying to make a run of this one. He'll make his way through the dark cover. Nice attempt, but poised. Will have a headshot going his way as well.
Yep.
3 players will survive, but yeah, just punishing that. TSM are playing very, very passive, playing a very retake-based style, and it's difficult. It's difficult when you're allowing the opponents to have so much space. We could see once they got through garage, it's dangerous. It's very difficult to stop with pistols when you're that far back.
We'll see if this becomes a little bit harder now for Dig to kind of initiate, as they need to come in with one flash, a few smokes. They really rely on the entry fragger's confidence shot here, that opening shot. We'll see if they can find a few. Obviously using utility to move themselves up. Dig just can't. Oh, actually didn't see Sova, so Phoenix, they don't know that A is stacked. It looks like they may bite a little bit on this with some members. Bomb's still down though, so anything can happen this round.
Yeah, that drone, and I want to make another point about that in a moment, but we've got a replacement of that close position. It was just cleared by the drone. This is beautiful. Very smart by Sam to understand that that position could be retaken.
Yep.
Heads up play by Wardell, but Sam, he read it, and that's great. 5 versus 4 now. They get to... they don't have to worry about Wardell. The Jet with the shorty, looking for the dash up draft, out of the picture. That's a huge sigh of relief that can be breathed right there after that one.
Actually, it's just really smart play, you know, just playing a little bit of chess around, knowing eco, shotguns, no garage, no lower, unless we use a lot of utility, because that is how a round changes. Just like that, you get close to the shorty, and Cutler takes down Def. We'll see where they can play out from this one. Sabrosa now in sight, just trying to stay alive, create pressure, play cat and mouse behind the box. He's doing a great job buying time for his team. Now the bomb will be planted by the side of Dignitas. The Superman's going to try to throw that down. Everybody's somewhat surrounding him, but great now push in here from Jet as they get themselves into CT spawn.
Yeah, and there could be somewhat of a gentleman's agreement. I don't know how hard they really want to press for a kill on Cutler. He can just hold on to the Spectre, but I'll use this moment to just make a point about the drone, which I really like.
Yes.
So, you know, the drone is it's important, obviously, to clear those close positions. You're worried about the shorty, you know, as you were highlighting. But one of the things too is that if you're going into a position where the shorties can likely be, if the shorties and if there is no presence there whatsoever, that tells you that there's only so many other positions that are good for the shorties that you're expecting around the map. So if there was nothing at all there, you're thinking, oh, maybe there's something towards the garage or the B site.
Yeah.
And so it is the lack of the presence that gives you the ability to deduce more safely what's actually happening. So it's valuable to see stuff, but also to not see stuff in a situation like that. I
love that mentality, because you really do need to be using that information. You can't just say like, hey, C's clear. I get to just sit back, eat a donut, and hang out. Maybe if I'm Cypher, I look at my cam. No, you create opportunities and different avenues of advantage across the map. See, we got some traps going down. I like this back trap as well in A, played by teams. It allows you to kind of say, hey, yeah, maybe you've taken my site, but we're still playing one in. We're going to look to play kind of in your face and get a kill off that trap to turn what may be a nice entry into the site. So we're seeing Dignitas work themselves over to A. Looks like it's going to be almost everyone. If that flank from Cypher can come in, it might be huge, but...
So what's interesting here is you might actually want to like wait a little bit, because now there's this huge lack of information that has been forced by Dig onto TSM, and the drone comes through. So lots of pressure, but you still don't know if they're committing or not. They could still be rotating back. And so that's why also this mid lurk is really important for the Dig side on the attack. And here it is. After all this pressure, they're starting to flow back out. They're going to leave a player there, Shanks, to try to create presence. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Shanks. What's behind that though? It's so hard to know.
Wardell as well with that patience game, not moving from B, knowing, hey, bomb's not seen. Crucial in tactical FPS that you do not really commit until you're seeing a bomb, unless you're just trying to call ahead of your opponent, and right back towards that BC side. And the rotation coming in as well from Cutler as he gets himself into position, knowing his camera's not seen too much. Let's see what they can do to work B here.
Oh, Wardell playing around the Cloudburst. That is so annoying. They're up on the high ground, still alive, still trying to prevent that bomb from going down. The dropping headshot, of course, but the bomb has made its way quickly through the garage into that C site, and it's going to be all on Superman here. This is going to be so hard. 1 against 4, but he'll get shot in the back there as Sabrosa emerges from the garage position, and... well, I felt like that was a great approach, but they didn't find the timing to finish that round out.
The utility takes a bit to set up, right? Especially that late in a round. You're trying to run in there as Dig, and you're like, okay, now we need traps, now we need gates. Do you still have a Cypher cam to get this? And you've kind of lost that Shanks push where Jet could be going into spawn through C, and we kind of see TSM just collapse down on. Also, okay, Wardell. All right, I love the patience up there, too. He just drew attention from Def for 4 or 5 seconds and then made a play of it.
And as we have kind of a ghost setup here coming in from Dig, I just wanted to highlight as well that sometimes you can make things a bit complicated for yourself there, and it looks like they are doing that, but I think they were just setting up a trap for an information play, and which never came. So that puts them in a difficult spot. But here we go, an aggression with the Phantom against the pistols. Maybe not advisable, but Sabrosa still turns it into a 2K. 2 for 1, so he can be forgiven. Oh, no, Drone knows his lineups. Through that smoke, straight down the center, punishing the AWP pickup. And just like that, 4 versus 2 in favor of the defenders here. TSM, they needed this, and Wardell is quick on the heels of the remainder of Dig.
They know it's not going anywhere, and I love this pressure coming in, too, because there was going to be a Phantom down there that Sabrosa lost. So you want to crush down on the possibility that Phantom finds another 1v1, and they're not just shooting at you with Ghosts. So really great by TSM, and Sabrosa here. Just one of the best Phoenix. A lot of times, you can just kind of get shook as people are running randomly. You have to track each member flashed, and it doesn't seem to be a problem for them.
And it's also so ideal to have a Phoenix in rounds like that. They can thin the numbers immediately. Because the numbers advantage when you're outgunned is extremely important to get anything done. So dashes the chances straight away. But let's see if there's a difference in approach here coming in from Dig. Quick jump peek from Wardell. This is the kind of thing we're expecting. Poised. He will be ruining the day that he peeked grass at early on. Sabrosa, look how aggressive he is. We were just talking about this. Def is feeling the pressure. He kills the run it back, but the information has been gained, and Shanks this time gets the better of Wardell. And that is a problem here for TSM now.
And that's what we were talking about before with Wardell, and Dignitas plays off it a bit. Wardell will up, then he will move. He usually does not stay in the same spot. You see that at A, it's kind of protocol. You may opt short, you go to long and ups if they're coming up long. There, Shanks knows Wardell may be coming to C. I'm going to hold a crouch spot and take him out. So just playing off a bit of precedence of how they use that op on the side of TSM. So Broza looking for some kills as they enter B. And Superman answers back. Shanks has made it into a precarious position here behind enemy lines, but what can he do?
Yeah, not a bad B contact there coming through, and with the smokes going down now, it certainly causes a lot of issues, and the flank coming through for Sam could really be everything. We'll have to see how much time can get bought on the site. The drone through the dark cover. Superman trying to avoid this one. Oh, I don't know about this. Can he make it through in time? Oh, just barely able to get out of there, and Shanks able to punish as well as the dark cover goes down. Shanks can't quite find the daggers, though, looking for those heads, but the delay is real here. They're trying to find their way forward. Great flick comes through as he challenges the angle once again. Drone now using the vision past the wood, able to find the frag as well, but this spike is really close to detonation. I don't know if this is going to be possible for Drone. Sam will finish it off, and that is going to be the round there for Dig. 12-5.
Wow.
Beautiful stuff there coming through from them out of that B contact.
DDK 12-5 is not something I thought I would be seeing on TSM's Haven pick. Wardell trying to make these entries, but it does not deter Dignitas. They can take a site with 4. They'll find a way in, and they are working off each other so well here. Drone doing what he can, but just playing that time. Sam says, I have all the time in the world.
Yeah, you're completely right. This is so unexpected, but after we saw that difficulty on the first half of TSM on their attacking side, it starts to feel really bad on this map. You feel like you're in so many disadvantages on rotations just all the time on the defense here. So we'll see if there's any recovery to be made here. The backs are against the wall. We've seen it happen in Valorant many times. And the contact up A long coming through here could be quite difficult to deal with, given that there's only short presence here. It's for the TSM side. So they will have short. They can give up the site. But that will be quite a fun dynamic to see play out.
I am really impressed with Dig here on their ability to attack these sites. They really have kind of shoot and go abilities. You don't get to shoot sonar dart and be happy with where it went. You need to omen smoke after you, be ready to take the site. They are executing so well here. And Superman, knowing he has his back covered, Drone and Sabrosa are dropped immediately on the double flank from lower A, and this is going to call over Wardell. What can he do? Entering the site, knowing there could be multiple, still takes one down, but he's blind, and does not get out with his life as Shanks finds that shot.
Oh man, it's so difficult at this point. 2 versus 4 here, all the marbles on at least map 1, and TSM are in quite a bad way. Cutler and Hazed trying to find their way back into the retake. The old COG lads, see if the Boomer Gamers can do the impossible here in this 2 versus 4. Shanks on the angle though, really makes it feel quite difficult, and the bait set up there at the server close. Oh, Def actually goes down. They are actually making it look rather doable here. Hayes there, the paranoid connects!
Oh my
Hayes
word.
finds a headshot as he makes his way through. Shanks will deny him ultimately. 13-5, Dig